told Tondy, I'm too old to be overlooking things that I don't like, or she's too old to be overlooking things that she don't like about me. We had a great connection, but we're not compatible.
If you're gonna get in a relationship, you know, you work on it. You don't just throw in a towel. You complain that Reeva just throws in the towel and you're doing the same thing.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. For those who are returned, hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click on that bell button for notifications of uploads. For those who are returnees, you already know what it is. You ain't got the minerals, baby. Listen, are you dumb? Alright, listen, if you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, get out. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, chillay. Get out, baby. Listen, don't make that point error. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? Listen, commando thing today. Alright. Listen, we're going to talk to you guys about Mario Tondy Part 2. We're going to be talking to you actually about the reunion. We're going to break down some stuff that really happened. Yeah, talk some more about this wild thing that happened. You get me? Cool, let's go into it. So, first thing I want to say is obviously with the Mario Tondy situation, I spoke about in Part 1 where it's like I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked by the fact that Mario chose Reeva. I think we're all shocked by the manner of how it happened. In the sense of the fact I didn't like the way that he scooted across the room to go to Reeva. I was like, for what though? That looked like TV. For me, that looked like TV because you didn't need to do that. Like it almost looked as if you were trying to hurt Tondy, but you already said that you didn't beef Tondy. Tondy hasn't done anything to you, so why are you trying to do that? Do you know what I mean? So that for me, either told me that was either TV that he did that for, because I know he's an actor. So either that was for TV, or two, there's something that I wouldn't say regret. I would say you blame yourself, Mario. And therefore you've projected that blame onto her as a way to justify your actions as to why you did what you did. Because it's not the choosing of Reeva that I'm even concerned about. I think many people are like, oh my god, he chose Reeva, like, at the end of it. I'm not concerned about that because they broke up. So he can legally do that. It's not a problem. They're not friends, they are associates. Get it through your head. That's it. But I think the main thing here is the manner in the which Mario left Tondy's side to go across the room to sit next to Reeva, and then almost as if to argue with Tondy. For what reason? Do you know what I mean? As if Tondy had done something to you, and now you're showing her up. There was no need. The way that you were respectfully keeping quiet while she was talking, while Reeva was talking, should have been the same manner as to how you walked across the room to sit next to Reeva. But you didn't. And then you joined in with Reeva's taunting of Tondy. Now I'm sorry, I didn't see anything that Tondy had done to you that merited that behaviour. I can see where Reeva's getting at Tondy because Tondy made it as if like Reeva's not even in my league. Reeva's not even was never a competition. Reeva was never someone I considered or whatever. Blah blah blah. And I understand that part because when she was saying that with the dinner table, or whatever, on the rooftop, I can understand that part. But I don't understand where Mario's getting the energy from. That part I don't get, yeah? And oftentimes I believe what's happened is, you know, when certain girls do it as well, when you're trying to separate yourself from somebody, and in order to separate yourself, you think you have to be absolutely mean, you have to cut that tie deadly, because if you don't, that person may potentially think there's still hope. And I mean that, the reason why I say that is because earlier on, the first thing that we see is that where Mario and Tondy, there's a snip where they're talking, and you know, he says, you know what, my loss.
Do you like my dress?
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Very gorgeous.
Thanks.
My loss.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it does.
And she's like, you know, it doesn't have to be. And that interaction right there told me everything I need to know about what's going to happen in the next few moments, fam. When he said, obviously, my loss, yeah, he did not mean it, my loss. I'm going to be very frank with you. That my loss means not, it doesn't mean it's my loss. I'm going to be very dead with you. He does not mean it. Yeah? Oftentimes people say, like, my loss or my bad, I'm sorry about this. They ain't sorry. Do you know why you're not sorry? Because that is to make the other person feel better about themselves. You don't feel bad about what you're doing. Yeah? You feel bad that, you know what, you're going to feel bad. And I feel bad that you feel bad. That's the only thing I feel bad about, that you feel bad. I don't really feel bad about what I've done. I feel bad about the fact that you feel bad. That's it. So me saying, you know, my loss, it's almost making you feel better. Like, you know what, it's my loss, you know. Like, you know, I lost you and da-da-da. No, he ain't saying that. He ain't saying that because my girl's telling him, listen, it doesn't have to be. So, and then he goes, yeah, it does. So if it's your loss, why do you have to say, yeah, it does? Honestly, if you think it's your loss, that means you're thinking that, you know what, my bad, it's my loss. And the girl was saying, no, it is your loss. And you lost out. But that's not what she was saying. So there's no need for him to say, yeah, it does. Except the point that he's already moved. Do you get it? Except the fact that he's already gone. And so that was the very first instance we see with them in the actual show where there's some dialogue. And, you know, when Tondy obviously said, you know, it doesn't have to be, I already knew that, you know, you could already tell the dynamics that already, that she wasn't willing to let this go. And I'm not saying willing to let it go in a bad way, in the sense of the fact that she was still happy to fight, but Mario wasn't. He's already gone. In his mind, he's finished. In his mind, it's over. In his mind, I'm not about this life. It's gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone right now, okay?
What is your problem?
Just leave me alone right now, okay? I asked you to leave me alone right now. Go ahead on.
What's going on? He kept saying, get away from me. And it was like, why are you telling me to get away from me? What did I do? You didn't do anything. Something's a little off, and my gut is telling me something funny is going on.
And then a few minutes later, we see them behind Tommy talking. And all you see is the fact that Tommy and Tommy's here's a conversation late anyway, but you see Tondy and Mario talking, and before you know, all you hear is Mario say, "Listen, leave me alone. I told you, leave me alone. Stop talking. Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk." And at that point, that's where we connected with that, and then maybe at the end. But the thing is, he's quite civilized before he makes that move over to Reeva. So again, I think that ties into what I said about when certain people are breaking up with some people and they're moving on, they want to make sure that person is dead in the pan. They don't want that person to have an inch of hope. We don't want you to have hope. Like, like that hope that you had, I've got to cut it. Because I've got to make sure you know there's no way it's coming back. I am not coming back. Well, I'm done. I'm forward thinking. I'm finished. And so sometimes people do certain things, like to make sure that you know it ain't a thing. It can never be a thing. I'm not coming back. You understand? Do you hear me? Yeah? I don't like you. I never liked you. Get lost. That's the kind of language sometimes people use because they want to make sure the person doesn't want to come back. It's not necessarily they want to kill the person, but they want to make sure the person knows that there is no way of coming back. And so that's what we hear with the interchange between himself and Tondy, where it's just flipped. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about this. Da, da, da. Why did he suddenly behave like that? I don't know. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I can't speculate apart from the fact that I think that the reason why he did that is just because we want to put that space between them two. Yeah? And put that line between them two. You understand? So that maybe to make sure that she doesn't, when they're going to sit on the panel, she doesn't say, look, I still want you back or whatever. Like, I don't know, maybe that's what he was thinking. I don't know. Comment down below, what do you guys think? Why do you think he did what he did there in that section? That Tommy actually catches wind of that conversation. He's like, and you see that he reacts, what's that about? Because remember, obviously, yeah, he might know they've broken up, but that line, that energy, that from Mario to Tondy, he's never heard that before. You know what I'm saying? None of us have heard that before. So where's it suddenly coming from? Shift in energy and thought and process. And the way that you're acting towards Tondy as well. A bit wild. You know, Mario's sitting on the bench with Tondy, you know, and they explain some things a bit in the beginning where their connection was. You know, Mario gives her, you know, looking at her like he, normally does. He's not doing anything out of the blue. This guy's obviously prepping himself for this emergence or whatever.
You complain that Reeva just throws in the towel, you're doing the same thing.
Body language again. And I think because of the way she is, you know, her first thing was that her hand was on her temple as she was kind of listening. And for me, it was, again, she was studying and awaiting the time. That's what I felt like. Because I hadn't watched it to the point. I just watched it from that point when I said, it just looked, when she did this, I was like, when I see someone do this, it's like they're studying and waiting for the appointed time to come with something deep in it. So whenever I see someone do this, I already know they're prepping for something mad. Yeah? And I know they're going to come with some bars. So when I saw her do that, I was like, what's going on? And then, because I've already seen that Mario already has said what he said to Tondy, so I'm not thinking that he's dating her. I really weren't thinking that, not thinking that at all. You know, I wasn't thinking that. I won't pretend as if I was. And I even forgot that he said after the show, me and you did it. I forgot about that. Please, I'm not even going to pretend as if I knew that was coming. I just thought to myself, why is she doing this though? As she's listening, that just makes me think that she's studying and waiting for something. That's all I thought. And then...
Tondy, how hard was it to respect the journey and watch Mario date someone else?
You know, I'm a territorial person. So to just openly date other people, you know, that was not easy, but it wasn't very hard either because the connection him and I had, I almost just wasn't worried.
When I saw Reeva laugh, that's when something really set off something in my chest, man. Because look, when she said she's not worried, Reeva started laughing. And I think to myself, again, like, I wouldn't expect Reeva to laugh at that point because she didn't get one up on Tondy. If anything, Tondy won the race. Regardless of whether Tondy is with Mario or not, when the initial news broke of them being broken up, you know, I'm not going to be broken up. When obviously she mentioned that not worried, I would expect Reeva to maybe be ready to attack, but she was laughing. And that's when I thought, school whiff, something's really going off dirty here, you know. Something's going really dirty here. Yeah, and obviously she mentioned about the fact that she's not worried, and then you know, I think Reeva was explaining something, and something hit me straight away. I said, if Mario was to get with Reeva, would this last? And I'm gonna say something. I personally don't know if it would. I personally don't know if it would. And the reason why is not just because of the way you get him is how you lose him, but actually because also as well, sometimes energy, the way that you think somebody is, isn't always how they are. And I think to myself, just because of the way that they celebrated at the end of the whole thing lets me know that this is an exciting thing, it's an energy thing, it's a for now kind of thing, but how long will it last? And that's the key thing. I don't know how long it would last. Because of that initial, you know, spark and energy that they bring, it's like, yeah, would be excited for a short while, but it deflates very, very quickly. You know what I mean? And that's what I saw from them two. So when I was seeing them smiling, I see her smiling, I was just thinking to myself, if these two ever got together, I don't know how long it would last, bro. I don't know. And it was funny because obviously when Tommy eventually said, obviously, look, about a friendship thing, yeah.
All right. I want to settle this once and for all. Reeva?
Yes.
Tondy?
Yeah.
Friends?
No.
Or associates?
How quickly Reeva distanced herself from it, saying, listen, no, we are associates. It's that simple, boom. And I get what Reeva's saying, because I said this when I did the video originally. I said, some people want to call people friend and box me in the friend zone thing, but you don't treat me like a friend. Do you understand? Just because I invite you to certain things, you're on the peripheral of this friendship. Look, I played football with a couple of guys back in the day, and not every one of them is my friend. You understand? Not every one of them is my friend. We can kick balls together, catch two jokes together, but you're not my friend. You understand? I know you. We're cool. We catch jokes, but you're not my friend. You understand? So it's not like I owe you that loyalty in that particular instance. You understand? I'm not your friend. You know what I mean? So I get where Reeva's coming from. You don't call me, you don't message me, you don't check up on me how I'm doing. Yes, I may invite you to events. Yes, our kids may come to a group session, which Reeva made very clear. But it doesn't mean that we're friend. I'm inviting you because we have a mutual friend. You understand? So that being said, I'm not your friend. And at the point is, you may see me as a friend, but I don't see you as a friend. There we go. That's a different point of view. And I understand your view, but at the end of the day, I don't see it as that. So therefore, I've not committed no treason going after Mario. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got no treason, and I still back that point. It's a case of the fact that, you know, I understand why Reeva has to put the distance between them two. Also because as well, the way that people view things, people say, oh, well, you're not friends. You know, you should expect... No, we're not friends, so don't expect me to behave like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But the speed of how she said it so quick, my girl said it so quick, she really wanted to put the nail in the coffin there. Do you get me? All of this is build up to the end. When obviously, I think it was mentioned, something happened, and I believe something was said, and I saw that Tondy came off her seat and moved forward. And it was really interesting because obviously, like, more time, Tondy's remained composed, and I saw her just break the wall and come forward. And that's when I knew that this stuff is getting serious. This stuff is getting serious, cuz. Because for Tondy to break out of that character, because Tondy's remained quite calm, she doesn't want to get phased, and and I see her come out of her shell, and she sits forward. And in fact, she not even just sits forward, she inches forward, as in she moves off her seat forward, like to the edge of the seat. And I was like, oh man, this thing is actually pressing her. This thing is actually touching her big time. You get me? Oh, Chalet, it's noisy.
To Mario still kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Straddling
the fence. I checked out, but I hung in there a very long time, I feel like. And I was just at that point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you have it.
Stuck in there for a long time. And you know what? I keep hearing this, I stuck in there for a long time. I stuck in there for a long time. And it never really made sense to me why she kept on saying she's stuck in there for a long time. Because everybody wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you're stuck in there for a very long time. I'm like, but we didn't get to see that. We just saw a short amount of time. Do you know what I mean? And so that, again, prompted something to my head in terms of what was being said to her from Mario's end. Which links to, obviously, the campsite fire when they were holding hands. I was like, why are they holding hands? Which links to the dinner table, why they were holding hands. Which links to the fire camp when he said, obviously, you know what, when she said, obviously, oh, this is your fault. This is your fault. Yeah? All of this is making sense now, isn't it? It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Then fast forward to the dinner table where he says, if we're outside the process, you know who are the chosen. Well, at that point, we should have all known it's over for Tondy. Do you get me? And it's a matters thing. It's a matters thing for real. But yeah, that then makes more sense as to why she was saying she hung in there for a long time, because he was making promises. He was making promises. He was saying words that were issuing commitment. Yeah? And a lot of guys do this. Let's be honest. A lot of people do this. Mainly guys, but a lot of people do this where they say certain things that are issuing promise in terms of commitment towards the individual. They're playing, yeah? And this is where I have a problem, because like I said, once you say it, the grey area doesn't exist anymore. I'm trying to keep telling you guys about PEW. PEW. Position, expectation, wants. You must state your position. Once you state your position, it reveals your position where you're at. Yeah. Once you state, I like, do you know what? I like you. I'm attracted to you. That reveals your position now. Yeah. Then when you say your expectation, I expect that, you know what? I would want for us to like progress this further. Yeah. Then that's you, PE. The W is now for them to reveal where they stand and what they want. Yeah. So now they're gonna say, oh, you know what? I'm not feeling it like that. Blah blah blah. But if Murray doesn't say he's not feeling it, but then makes an issue as in, look, you know what? I want to see where this is going to go. I like you, da 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 da. All those stuff then begin to solidify the person who has stated their position to stay in their position. Yeah? Because the reason why I'm walking off is because you're not meeting my expectation. So if you're starting to meet my expectation by telling me, yeah, I want it to happen, I want it to happen, da da da. That's why a lot of married people, when there's an affair happening with somebody who's not when there's an affair with somebody outside, and the person is saying, are you going to leave your wife, or you leave your husband for me, blah, blah, blah. They state their position, they state their expectation, and the person goes, yeah, I'm going to leave my wife, I'm going to leave my life, I'm going to leave my life, I'm going to leave my wife, I'm going to leave my husband, I'm going to leave my husband. They say all that kind of stuff, and then when they don't do it, the person outside's hurt. Now, someone might say, well, you should have, well, they were married, so what do you expect? But it doesn't make a difference. We're talking about what's position and expectation. Yeah? When someone has said it, yeah, that now cancels out grey areas. Once I don't say it, this is why a lot of guys avoid saying certain things and avoid answering direct questions. This is why you must ask direct questions. It's because then there's a grey area. In that case, you can't hold me to nothing. That's what the Bible says, that that by your words you shall be freed, and by your words you shall be condemned. If I don't say it, you can't hold me to it. Regardless of what my actions are saying. If I don't say it, you can't hold me to it. And that's how a lot of guys think. But when I say that, it's hypocritical. Here's why I'm saying that. Because there'll be a lot of guys who say, oh, I didn't tell you, but you saw me how I was moving though. I was with you every day though. You saw I was with you all night. When the girl decides to leave, the guy's like, but I was with you every day. I was calling you. I was messaging you. I took you out to places, da 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 da. But you didn't say it though. And yet, when it flips out and they want to do their madness, that's when they'll say, but I didn't say it though. But when they're doing the madness and the girl decides to now leave, that's when they're going to use, but you saw my actions. And listen, girls, to be safe on the safe side, if he doesn't say it, just ask the direct question, what are we doing?
Found out that Reeva dropped out.
My heart dropped. I mean, I was very disappointed. I felt defeated. I felt like I had lost somebody.
You know, his heart dropped. He felt devastated. And I was like, and I think he said something else. And I was like, whoa, these are big words, you know. I was like, raw, this guy really felt Reeva like that. Like, don't get to obviously I put the video up there, but fam, it still doesn't make a difference. Like, you really felt Reeva to that level where you actually felt devastated and disappointed and all this stuff. I was like, that's kind of rude, you know, because Tondy's right there, fam. And then it really started clicking because you've already said to Tondy, leave me alone. And you know what, it's my loss. I started really clicking and putting the links together like, this is mad. Because you're saying all this kind of deep stuff about Reeva. And remember, it wasn't long ago, my man was in the house and he couldn't explain why he liked Reeva. That's also another reason why I don't believe they're going to last long. Because, look, I don't care what he says. If you couldn't say why you thought Reeva was cool then, then a lot of the things you're feeling right now are experiential, sensual feelings. You know what I mean? Which are going to potentially develop into a conversation, but I think the majority of your feelings potentially could be the fact it's more sensational. You know what I'm saying? That it's sensualized kind of feelings in that regard. But hey, I've been wrong before and I could be wrong again. So yeah, obviously when I heard that I was like, whoa, Mario, what the frick? What are you doing? Why are you saying such deep things about Reeva now? Devastated and disappointed that she left the thing. You know what I'm saying? I was confused.
Where do you go from here?
I'm very sorry that it didn't work out with you and I. I mean, it just didn't. You know, but even though Tondy and I are not together, I still found love.
Really?
After me and Tondy split up, I had to reach out to the one that I wanted, and that was Reeva.
When he said, when he apologized to Tondy, I saw something, and oftentimes when something is difficult, we do certain mannerisms when the conversation is different. Some people like, they rub their neck. Oh, it's about to be deep. Let me just, you know what, Flit? Flit's going to be a bit deep. It's going to be a bit deep. We do a lot of different mannerisms to kind of show that what we're about to say is going to be a little bit hard to say, innit? And so something that I saw Mario do just before he says, apologizes, he goes, and the moment he rubbed his nose, I said, this is about to go down different. Because it was a signal of saying that something's tough that he's going to have to say. And he turns to her and he apologizes and says sorry, etc., etc. And obviously then, when he's rubbing his nose, then he apologizes. And then it's obviously, I did find love and it's with Reeva. And it's like, my nigga, my naga, damn. Bro, you ain't got to do it like that dirty, bro. Why did you wait to the show? Again, it might be because of ratings. It may have been because they wanted to have a bit of a madness. But it's just the way that the whole thing played out. It was just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as Mario may think he's a respectful person, for that action, it was disrespectful. Because already, you've tried to put distance between yourself and Tondy, and then, you say apology, and then you walk across to the other side and say, for what? Bro, for what? You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that. And then your body language when you get to the other side is facing Tondy as if you're beefing Tondy.
Wait. You with Reeva?
Yeah.
It's Atlanta.
Sloppy seconds, train.
Yeah. It ain't no sloppy nothing about that.
Best
Ain't nothing
woman
about
won.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying? I know you did try to stop Reeva from getting a bit too angsty at her, but still, once she went to the other side like that to Reeva, you gave her the ammunition to do so. Next thing that we see is obviously Reeva then clicks her fingers, because she's excited that she's won, she's got victory. And I guess this has been going on for a little while because this ain't new. 2 weeks after obviously the breakup, then he obviously chose her. Now, I always said you can't be second best, yeah? You can't be second best. And this is exactly what I mean. You can't be second best, yeah? In this particular case, Reeva was never second best because he already stated that if it wasn't for the show, she'd be in it.
You down at the fire pit.
You said you felt like if we crossed paths outside of the journey, things would be different.
It'd be a whole lot different.
Okay. You even admitted yourself that I'm an actions girl. Like, don't talk my head off. Let me see.
Exactly.
Let me see what's going on. Why are you looking at me like that?
How am I looking at you?
I don't know.
And let me be very, very frank with you guys. There are people that we meet, yeah, who we say, let's say we're in a relationship and we meet them when we weren't in a relationship and we say to ourselves, if I weren't in a relationship, honestly, I would consider you. Right? And there are very few people in this world where they get the opportunity to do what Mario has done. Yeah, I'm not saying Reeva's a perfect person for him. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm just saying is there are very few people who get the opportunity. Yeah, and to be able to do that and actually are probably in a better space to be able to do it. Meaning that they've broken up their current partner to be able to go after the person that they really want. Yeah, that person was never second best. That's not what I'm talking about second best here. And I know a lot of people kind of got onto me when I did a video about second best, and a lot of them were women. And I know women will get onto me with that second best thing because some of you choose second best. Some of you make men, you choose the guy who you wasn't really going to choose because the guy that you really wanted was a dickhead, let's be real, and you saw the light and said, actually this guy's a real guy. Let's just keep 100. That's why a lot of people are like, second best, and I'm going to be frank, one person put a change of perspective, and I said, it's not a change of perspective. There's no need to change the perspective on this. You chose me after this thing didn't work. Yeah, that's the reason why you chose me. It's not because you wanted me. Yeah, it's not because you really wanted me. It's because now the person's become, and a lot of women do this. A lot of women do this because they're different to men. Men, we have an ego, we have a pride system. Not only that, we like to be hunting, and we like to be the one that chooses something, right? So when a girl, has been chasing one guy over here, and I've seen you do that, and I was liking you at the same time, and I've told you I liked you, and then the only reason why you came back to me is because that didn't work out. That's what I'm going to say. Never be somebody's second best. This is what I'm trying to let you know. Because it creates this mindset. Do you understand? In this case, Tondy was second best because he had already stated from early, and I told you that from early when he was playing the pool party thing, that this thing didn't seem right. This thing didn't seem right. Do you get me? So in the case, it ended up being that Tondy ended up being almost like second best. And it's like, yo, B, like, you don't want to be second best. Tondy should never go there with Mario again. Even if Mario leaves Reeva, she should never go there again. It's over, done. Yeah? Because she'll end up being second best. Do you get me? So, yeah, when I saw Reeva click her fingers, I was like, what? I was like, bruv, how are you clicking your fingers, get excited like that? And then I had to remember, if she's watched the shows back with us, she would have seen the rooftop scene where Tondy was basically saying,
from this process.
I'm not shocked by Reeva's self-eliminating. I feel like she felt defeated. Hey, what can I say? I mean, girl, bye.
Like, Reeva was never really competition. Like, she was never in a zone, never in a lane anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, that would have infuriated her. Not only that, there was a kiss that they shared as well. And I was just like, Reeva, you're doing a lot. Because it was Reeva who led in to do the kiss. And that, again, it was just a show off to Tondy. And again, I'm hoping that's TV rather than actually that's a genuine behavior. But to see her do that, I was just like, why are you doing that for? Why are you trying to hurt Tondy that much for? Like, okay, I get the finger click. Yes, I won the little dance, the little dance. Yes, I won. I get that, you know what I mean? But then the kissing in the face, it's just like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. And Mario shouldn't have participated, but then again, he's in a predicament where he can't block the kiss because that would embarrass Reeva. That would be an issue again. But Reeva just never started that. You know what I'm saying? You get me? So yeah. But not only that. Again, Mario's kissing again so quickly. No waste of time, I guess. You know what I mean? No waste of time. Like I said, he was very quick with the kissing and the hand touching with Tondy in the very, very beginning. If you go back and watch that video where I did the original one where they were doing, I said it was very quick to see them so close, so early. You know what I mean? And that was another thing that was really frustrating, I guess.
Sloppy seconds, train.
Yeah. It ain't no sloppy nothing about that.
With all that's happening, that commotion, I get it. I know why Tondy had to say what she said about her sloppy seconds. I personally don't think it's sloppy seconds. Reason being, because he already stated earlier on, he really liked Reeva. So it weren't really seconds. So, in that particular case, I understand why she said it. Because in the end, evidently, she was hurt. And it was a self-defense mechanism to kind of react out that way, to act out. You do that. We do that in pain. When we're in pain, we act out. And she had to say that sloppy seconds. And, I know Mario tried to say, no, not sloppy seconds at all, not at all. And the reason why he said that is because, like I said, his mind was with Reeva for a long, long time. And I think this is scary. I think for males and females, I think this is scary. Let's just keep it 100. In fact, let me just finish with this last point. the last point obviously that Tondy said as well. How does my cat taste? Kind of signifying that he ate the cookie. And again, obviously, and it's always funny because women often use small dick, whack sex, you ate my cookie, maybe you ate my ass or something like that. And the reason why they use these things is because of the shame and the guilt, the shame that's attached to sexual prowess. It's so interesting. I'm not blaming women at all. I'm just saying it's so interesting in the mindset of understanding why we do what we do. Because, how men are with pride and ego, sex is a big thing. So if the man can't sex, it's like a shame and a guilt that comes along with it. So what does a woman do to get at him back? The man might say, well, I still had sex though, I still beat though, but she might be like, well, the beat was still dead though. Whether you beat or not, the thing's smart. Whether you're being beat or not, you're 5 minutes. Whether you beat or not, do you know what I mean? And regardless, even if the man them celebrate the man for beating her, if she can get him to be embarrassed, the man them will still laugh. Secretly they'll laugh. Man only did 5 minutes because, one pump. Man. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I understand the reason why she said what she said. But I just wanted to go into, to explain a point, which is that it is a scary thing to think that you were dating somebody, to think that they were with you, for you, and in it with you, to then go and switch such allegiance so quickly to someone else. And I always say this as well, like, if they were that quick to switch, were they really that much with you? And I've personally experienced it with somebody else, and it cuts. It cuts deep, because you think to yourself, hold on a minute, did we not mean that much that you were able to switch so quickly? That means you were already out long before. Do you get it? And such a thing like that, you have to think to yourself, what kind of heart do you have? What kind of heart do you have? Because to be able to go and just switch allegiance so quickly. But again, people do things differently. Do you know what I mean? And I think, like I said, the scariest thing for all of us, I think, is to be with somebody and for them to do what Mario did in the space that he did it in. And to switch your allegiance so quickly like that on the show as well, and to embarrass you in front of other people as well. I just felt pain for Tondy in that case. I understand why Reeva did it, because I like to keep it balanced. I understand why Reeva did it, because, like I said, if she saw the video where Tondy said that, you know what, like, you're not competition, I'm sorry, yeah, I would do a little victory dance. Maybe in my head, but I'll do a little victory dance. But the fact that she did that little victory dance and everything like that, that is where I see that I don't think that relationship will last long. For you to celebrate like that, that's almost like stealing the married man from his wife and then going excited and then being like, do you know what? I finally got the married man. Yeah, girls, I got the ring, finally. I stole the man from the married man and now I've got him. Well, that word I would say I'll end with is this. It's true. In a lot of cases, how you get him is how you lose him. How you get him is how you lose him. So yeah, guys, let's make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click that bell notifications. And listen, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. I mean, did you think Mario was disrespectful? Did you see the Mario thing coming? How do you feel about Reeva celebrating against Tondy? It was a bit of a mad one, wasn't it? But yeah, make sure you comment down below because we'll have a conversation. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and guess what? You ain't got the minerals, baby. Are you ready to leave?